What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO of MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com. I just got back from a long weekend soccer tournament with my son, Thomas. Phenomenal. They didn't win. They came in second place, but I saw them play their hearts out. Now, the good news is I had a 7-hour drive on the way back because we hit a bad traffic accident on the way there. We were luckily, God bless, oh my goodness, we were literally 10 cars away from a huge accident where a helicopter landed on the highway. But I've been thinking about the videos I did about George Peterson, about John Meadows, about Sean Roden, and about Cali Muscle, and why these heart issues are happening in the industry. And I actually got a DM from a guy I correspond with. You won't know him. I think his name is Black Amelarite on IG. And he's like, why isn't anybody doing videos or talking about why these bodybuilders are dying and getting these heart issues? And I kind of was like driving and talking to Tex, and I'm like, bro, I've literally not only done videos on this, but I started doing a heart health series. And this comes from the heart because I literally been thinking about it for the last 7 hours on this drive while my son was in the back, you know, doing homework and stuff. I have a big car. And I had to do this video. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. Had to wake up at 3:30 a.m. to get my workout in before the games. It's been a long weekend, you know, and driving just takes it out of me. And I was wondering to myself, and on the way home, I also saw a video by Kenny KO. And you guys know I'm tight with Kenny. Kenny's my boy. But he actually inferred that since the medical procedure started in 2021, that these heart problems have something to do with the medical procedure. And I'm not ruling that out. And I'm not disagreeing with what Kenny said, because honestly, I said it a week ago. And I guess he didn't see my video. I'm not saying he ripped off my idea. But as you can tell by my views, I'm not as popular as Kenny, so he probably didn't see it. So my whole thing is, I thought long and hard about why this is happening. You know, going back to Dallas McCarver and going back to Luke and going back to Mike Matarazzo and Flex Wheeler and all the other unknown bodybuilders. When I say unknown, they just have a smaller following, as Kenny KO put it. And I don't think it's the medical procedure, guys. And I know everybody wants to point to steroids, and I'm not going to say that steroids didn't play a huge role in what happened. I mean, you look at Dallas McCarver, and dude, his testosterone was 50,000. Mine on TRT stays between 1,200 and 1,500. 50,000 found in his autopsy was his testosterone levels. I don't even think there's any studies on what happens when you have, you know, a level of testosterone that high. We don't know what the body does. We don't know what happens. And I guess we found out, you know, and that's unfortunate because Dallas, God rest his soul, man, good guy, you know. So I want to go over case by case really quick, and then I'm going to go spend some time with my family. Literally, they're up there showering. I had to get this. I had to film this. I had to film it because I don't want people to think that I'm being wishy-washy or I'm totally against this medical procedure. And I am, for me and for my family, but I respect people who want this for themselves. I don't respect mandates. I'm not anti-medical procedure. I'm anti-medical procedure mandate. That's it. If you want to get it, I fully respect. Obviously, I'm a bodybuilder. If you want to inject something in your body, that's not something that I'm going to say that you shouldn't do. That's between you, your doctor, your family, God, whoever whoever you consult with, right? So let's look case by case in what happened. Number one is it's the 800-pound, 8,000-pound gorilla in the room, man. Like, steroids cause lipid profiles to be out of whack. They mess with your cholesterol. Basically, all the markers that can lead to heart problems are exacerbated or are negatively affected by steroids. And then you have the issues with oral steroids and AST, ALT, and all the measures of your liver. You have your bun and your creatinine, you know, due to high consumption of food. coming up, and muscle, just having more muscle, your creatinine level is going to be higher because you're excreting more. Cali Muscle, I want to mention, I'm going to do a video on this, but Cali Muscle said, y'all take your protein powder. I'm sorry for the Cali impersonation. Y'all take your protein powder is just food. Nobody's getting heart attacks from protein powder. So if you just take protein powder, don't listen to Cali. I think he misspoke. He was just saying you take all these supplements, and I think supplements meant something else. I think it meant steroids. That was before I think he did his steroid video, where he admitted to being on steroids. So let's look at these cases. George Peterson, he was literally 1 or 2 days out from a show. Diuretics, obviously not too good for the heart, not too good for the kidneys, not good for the body in general. And again, you look back at Moonser and everybody who passed away in the past from bodybuilding, it was generally speaking, diuretics kill people. I'm not saying I know for sure he was on diuretics, but the stresses of getting to that level of body fat, the stresses of flying to a show, the stresses of potential diuretic use, and maybe he was carbing up with insulin. We don't know. We haven't seen an autopsy report. There's a lot of factors. I know these guys carb up with insulin. Again, I'm guessing. I don't know what he personally did. But carbing up with insulin, dude, you have guys. I think I was like the only guy backstage at my show who actually didn't carb up with insulin that I talked to. Insulin's a thing. It is what it is. And I'm just competing for a pro card. I'm competing to become a pro. I'm a pro qualifier. I'm not competing at that high level. God only knows what they take, right? And then you got to look at Sean Roden. Sean's 46 years old. He's black, and black people tend to have a higher predisposition for heart problems. It's not a racist thing. It's just facts. Numbers don't lie. Don't let stats and facts hurt your feelings. It is what it is. Sean didn't eat the cleanest diet. Sean wasn't on point. And Sean was probably the biggest I've ever seen him. The man was 300 plus pounds. And again, that's a lot of stress on the heart. And also, you got to factor in all the stress he was under to get to that weight. He's probably on androgens, which are throwing his levels, his cholesterol, his lipid profiles, all that out of whack. And the stress from his court case, stress will kill you. It just will. And then you look at Cali Muscle. Here's a guy who admittedly had edema in his ankles for years, since he was a teenager. Took, I'm guessing, a good amount of steroids from what he was talking about. Pretty aggressive amount. And took diuretics. And again, large, 250 plus pounds year round, black. Those are all factors. I was just listening to a story how they're not giving the monoclonal antibodies for the virus to white people in Texas because the main people dying from it are people of color. So there are pre-existing conditions. For example, I'm more likely to be a carrier of cystic fibrosis because I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. There's certain things that you have to look at when evaluating things. Sean was too big. He was under a lot of stress, and that could have played a huge role in it. John Meadows, he's had health problems for years, man. Like, he had the initial thing, and the reason he got so dry, and he couldn't process fat. He couldn't process different things in his body, and he already had problems, and he had the heart problems before, and finally got to him. And I don't think John did a good enough job losing weight after he had the initial heart problem. I guarantee you, man, if my heart skipped a beat like his did, I'd be 170 pounds as quick as I could. I'd quit training. I'd just do cardio. I'd do some light girl weights 3 days a week and call it a day. I mean, when you have a heart scare, you just got to nut up, get small, and, just be careful, because the more you weigh, the more pressure you put on your heart. And, I'm close with John, and I mean, I cry myself to sleep thinking about if only he would have got a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, right? And all these things that have happened. And we look at all these people that have passed away. Rich Piana, I mean, I don't want to, rub salt on the wound of a dead man, but I mean, the running joke in the industry, and maybe it was just in circle, maybe I just hang out with jerks, I can't believe he's still alive. We used to say that all the time. All the time. And it's unfortunate. So what I'm looking at here, you have John, you have Sean, you have George, now you have Cali, you have Dallas, you have Rich. I think we just, bad luck. When it rains, it pours. And I'm not gonna, and like Callie, he didn't have the medical procedure. I don't know if Sean had it. I don't know if John had it. You know, I'm not a fan of it, you know, for me personally, because I've had the virus, and for me, it just felt like I had a tough leg day. I recovered in literally 2 hours. My wife lost her taste for 30 minutes. My daughter was tired for an hour, and my sons didn't even feel like it didn't affect us because we're very healthy. And like Aaron Rodgers, like, he's fine. We didn't do any of the crazy treatments, but you know, we have a new product. I literally designed a product for it called Ambrosia Vita. This isn't an ad for Vita. I'm just saying, like, I have put the last 2 years of my life into looking for antiviral replication. I mean, I've been taking quercetin, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, inulina, and all this stuff since March of 2020, since I first found out that this thing was for real. And I took it very seriously, and I downsized. If you guys forget, I just got through. I time restricted. I fast. Today I fasted till 1 p.m. You know, I did, even on an off day, I did an hour of cardio. I got up in the morning to make sure I did it. You know, I trained and I did my cardio. I always do my cardio because I don't want to die. You know, people are like, be careful. I'm like, I'm not on stuff like a lot of people are. And or else I'd probably look better. But I just want to set the record straight. You know, and I'm not saying that the medical procedure didn't have anything to do with this. I don't know. But the more I think about it, the more I just think that we're going through a really, really, really bad streak of bad luck right now. And it's unfortunate. But we've lost some really good people. And, you know, I'm very thankful that Callie's still with us. And I'm very thankful that hopefully this is a wake-up call. I'll be doing more videos on the heart health series, so keep an eye out for those. I think we got 3 on, we did episode 3, which was the sauna episode, which I hope you guys enjoyed. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're going to go over different tips. Simple things, man. Stay at a good weight. Don't be fat. Take antiviral replication supplements, you know, just to make sure that, because we know there's heart effects from both the medical procedure and the virus itself. So take your quercetin, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D. Again, I did not even want to, but like I'm not even going to say it. Screw it. So yeah, I do make stuff for that, but get those supplements wherever you buy them. Buy them from Target. Don't care. Just take them. You know, make sure you get your heart healthy supplements in. You know, make sure you do your cardio. Don't skip cardio. The government, I think I read a paper, I read a study that anywhere from 150 to 180 minutes of cardio per week. So that is 5 days a week of 30 minutes cardio. That could be walking, that could be jogging, that could be whatever. Just be sure to get 150 minutes of cardio in per week. Make sure you eat heart healthy foods. Make sure to, just make sure to be healthy. I don't need to go over this, not the scope of this video. But now we're having people clickbait, you know, and that's fine. I clickbait myself. But this video, I just want to set the record straight, man. I think, being that I don't believe that Callie had anything, it was just, I think now that Callie, I don't think there's anything big. I don't think that a lot of these bodybuilders have gotten the medical procedure. I think that the bottom line is taking too many risks, too many factors. And the steroids are a factor, but I don't think they're the main factor. I think they might be the wind that pushes someone over the cliff. It might be that gust of wind. But at the end of the day, they got to the cliff's edge. And the cliff's edge was there. Being overweight, you know, not taking care of their health, not taking care of their heart, not getting blood work done frequently enough. And, you know, genetics. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll have another couple extra episodes for the Heart series this week. That's not a game. The best booster isn't a shot. It's your natural immune system. Every time we step out into the world, we are attacked by viruses that do their best to break down our defenses. Vita helps solve this problem. Vita contains proven antiviral replication supplements and Imulina to ensure that your body is primed to defend itself against foreign invaders. Don't go another day unprotected. Get your Vita today.